Welcome to Peak Performance Guitar. Today what we are going to talk about is having a C in your hand as you're holding your guitar. A lot of beginners end up forming a habit where they're either palming the neck of the guitar or they're putting like an E, like in sign language when you make an E, they kind of do that to their hand, and it really limits your ability and your flexibility on the guitar, and it limits what you're able to do. And so I'm not a fan of technique for technique's sake. I'm not a fan of doing things just because this is the way it's supposed to be done. I am a fan of having good technique so you maximize your flexibility, your ability to your options that you have when you have good technique, and sounding the best. Those are the reasons I want you to have good technique. I don't care about this is the way it is because this is the way it is. I was raised in rock and roll. That's not important at all. What is important is sounding good and giving yourself as many options as you can, so that you can do and express yourself as much as you want to express yourself. So we want that C in our hand. We want basically like this. We don't want this. This is not good either. This is bad for your thumb, and it really puts stress on your hand in here, and your muscles get tired. So we want the C. We want our thumb to be soft when we're on the back, when our thumb is on the back of the guitar neck. We want it soft like this, not hard like this. We want it nice and soft. We want that C in our hand so we have maximum mobility in our hand. We can get things done, and it's also good for lead to have that C in your hand. You don't want to palm the neck. Palming a basketball is good. Maybe palming cards, if you're a card shark, is good. But palming the neck of your guitar is almost never good. And you also don't want to do this. You don't want to be. You see a lot of people in the beginning trying to do this, and it's understandable. Lots of people do, almost everybody does that in the beginning. But force yourself to keep that C in your hand, and you give yourself lots of flexibility to be able to play what it is that you want to play. Okay? C in your hand, keep your palm off the neck, keep those fingers bent, and you're gonna do well. You're gonna have the greatest options, the greatest number of options, and the most flexibility, and you're gonna sound much better. You'll find when you do this, or when you palm the neck, like when you play the F chord, right? A lot of us palm the neck, and what happens is this fleshy part on the inside of our knuckles, on our hands, this fleshy part right here tends to touch the strings, and it either mutes it or it pings, and it sounds yucky. But if you keep when playing the F chord, if you keep the C in your hand, keep it concave here, you get a nice, clear, pretty sound. So even when you're playing the F chord, even when I'm playing bar chords, I have that C in my hand. And so just practice that this week. Really concentrate on it, keeping the C in your hand at all times as much as you possibly can. And by the end of the week, you'll hear the difference in the quality of sound, and you'll feel the difference in being able to reach, in having reach far more of what you're trying to grab, and your fingers will have far more flexibility, and you'll give yourself just many more options, which is the whole point anyway, because we're learning how to play so we can express ourselves musically. The more options you have, the better you're going to be able to express yourself, and the more you're going to be able to play. So C in your hand, keep it in there as much as possible. Just drill it into your hand, into your head, into your muscles, into what you're seeing, the details that you're seeing with your eyes, and you're going to love the results. Thank you for joining me here on the Peak Performance Guitar channel. I am Dean K. Please subscribe so you get notified every time we do a new video. We're going to start doing lots of videos now. And have fun, make music.